What is going on, guys? Back with the Coke Zero Sugar 400 at Daytona. We decided in the last episode, and the last episode never got posted. It never saved the recording. It wasn't a good race anyway. We placed like what, 31st, 29th, something like that. Real bad. We sucked. I think it was 31st. We sucked. Anyway, what we decided was we were going to race this Daytona 400. It's a night race, so we have the red and black snap-on car, but we're going to race it like this. We're doing 100% of the race. Regular fuel and tire wear, all that jazz. The only real difference is I'm racing first person. And we're going to try to do this and bring in a W for Team Penske. Super speedways. So we might do this here, and we might try to do it at Talladega. But it is 8:30 at night where I live at the time of recording. This is a night race. It is dark outside. Figured it was the most appropriate time to do it. So let's just get around here for our qualifying laps. I have done this before. The Daytona 500 is the first race in the Xfinity Series as well. That's always the first race this season. And so I had done them multiple times. I've done it multiple times. So, but this race is all about 2 lanes. I know a lot of the CPU does 3 lanes, but you're never going to do well if you get caught in the middle or on that very outside lane. It's all about the 2. You either take the outside or you take the inside. You don't want to get caught hung up in the banner here. And so what's key with these kind of races is listening to my spotter. I'm going to be using him a lot. And driving more conservative at the start and trying to get stage points rather than going balls to the wall because it's only 25% of a race. And so I'm going to be probably a little bit more conservative, especially with the car damage and everything. I'm going to have my little radar sitting up here. It's going to show me where the car is hurt or anything like that. In the Xfinity race, I only had the front of the hood damaged at all. That was just slight. You couldn't even, if you had zoomed out like this and went like this, it would have looked the same. There was no damage. No real visible damage. So maybe the bumper was pushed in a little bit or something. A corner was nicked. But, I would hopefully expect the same tonight in the snap-on Pennzoil number 2. Maybe it is Pennzoil. I don't know. Is it Pennzoil or Worth? It's Worth. Snap-on Worth. So we qualified 24th. Need to see. Hold on 1 second. Here's what I'm going to do. We're going to requalify. I'm going to do this real quick. I need to go into my settings. Everything is the same as it usually is. Like I said, it's 98 difficulty. Sound. Need to turn the spotter volume up. And I'll turn. We'll leave the effects the same. But I'm going to turn that spotter volume up because I need to hear him in this kind of race. So if he's kind of drowning me out, I'm sorry, but that's what we got to deal with. So this is episode 15, I think. I'd have to go back and look, but I think it's episode 15. Again, my apologies for having to qualify again. I rarely have to do that, but I was trying to listen for my spotter and could not hear him. And so let's see here. I'm just sending a couple of things out. I've got a couple of people who like to watch and have been interested in watching, so I'm just sending a couple of little notes out real quick. And then I'll go over just a few things for each team. I figured we could do something a little more interesting if I can maybe try to multitask. And there are a lot of like top 30 NBA free agents, potential free agents. We'll roll through those for the NBA at least. I'll do them when I can. That'll kind of be the thing that we do today as per the stream. If I can focus and do it at the same time. It's a little rough trying to do something like that, but let's get right back into it. Let's requalify here. My apologies about that. Again, it's all audio. I need to, and I'm readjusting here. Race might get paused once or twice during the time that I'm racing, just because I'm adjusting how I'm sitting. I've got a overly sensitive back, so we're gonna roll with that for right now. I might be adjusting. I had a heavy dinner tonight. We had meatloaf, we did homemade mashed potatoes, and we did a awesome green bean recipe. And so but let's jump into it. All the little memos have been sent out. Back to qualifying. As I look at my little screen here, there might be times where I'm a little more quiet sometimes too. I have to concentrate going around these turns. It's extremely hard. I've also got to give a big shout out to my fiance, who's going to let me do a 2.5-hour stream with her sitting here right next to me. So she gets to watch too. If you might see her give me a little bit of shit here and there, because she thinks I low-key suck. At least at racing. That's okay. I'll just say who sucks now when I get the championship trophy, right? Let's get bouncing off the walls here a little bit. No bueno. And around turn 1 into turn 2. I'm kind of with qualifying because I have done 0 practice laps. I run this track decent amount of the time. It's always a good relaxing race, even if you're not finishing 100% on board, the top 10 or something, because it's just it's all about drafting, all about positioning, and so you can only hope that you get a good qualifying spot. Hopefully this won't be too much farther off from what we had, either the same position or one spot sooner or one spot later, but we'll see.
Make this qualifying lap count, please.
There we go. That spotter sounds so much better. I think you guys can hear him a lot clearer as well. And so I think they were racing Texas today with the e-racing league. I've not watched or seen any of that, seen any reports for that. So I think I'm actually kind of in the middle of the track. I need to get, let's see. This is what the outside drive line looks like. All right. So I can get pretty freaking close to the wall. This is going to be way faster of a qualifying lap. Dang it.
Let's see what that
20, actually 25th. That's not bad. All right. Give us a minute or two. It's going to flip through the qualifying results, and we'll get right into the race. Be right back. Here we go, Harvick and Boyer with the top 2 spots there. Suarez is racing really well. I've said that in every episode. But here we go here, night race. Daytona, the Coke Zero Sugar 400. We're seeing a lot of different kinds of cars out here today. Jimmy Johnson, I think, has Kevin Harvick with the Jimmy John's car has a bit of a different look.
Right, coming to the green.
Performance Plus Advocate car for Trevor Bain. The
Green
K-Love
flag.
car out there for Michael McDowell. My arch nemesis of NASCAR, the game, inside line for the Wii. It may not have even been McDowell racing that car. I can't remember. I never knew any of the names. So I'm going to leave him a little bit of space to get in here. Like I said, it's not a sprint. This is a marathon at this point. Stage 1 is 40 laps.
Inside.
So it's we're going to be big on conserving fuel. We've got 43 laps of fuel. We'll see what tire situation we're in. Patrick wants to come to the outside. We'll let her. Patrick, Danica Patrick might get caught to the outside, and so
Inside.
looks like Bowman's on the inside here.
Still there.
So anyway, how is everybody's days going? Now I'm caught in the middle, and that's not good. So I'm going to try to force Danica Patrick to the.
Hold your line for me. Hold your line.
I'm going to get caught in the middle. I'm going to get left behind. I'm going to get smoked because I'm going to lose that drafting
Still
ability. All right, I'm diving low. There we go. So if you can see that car, the little mini car down there, I'm going to drop to the inside and try to hold an inside line coming in 2 turn 3 and 4. 3 wide. Bowman and Danica Patrick behind us, or aside us.
Now you're clear.
But I'm actually so I'll give you a little bit of history about myself, I guess, during the race.
Still there.
To the banner. Sorry about that, Busher.
Still there.
All right. But I guess how's everybody's quarantine going, or essential
Still
job
there.
going? Either way, hope you guys are doing all right. Hope you guys aren't sick or anything. If you are, get better soon.
All right, now you're clear.
Hope we can get back to our normal lives as regularly scheduled programs. We'll return to the regularly scheduled programs as soon as possible. Anyway, throughout the quarantine, I guess my fiance and I have decided that we're going to try to make this
Clear all around.
make this some time to embrace our culinary sides. And so we want to do a little more cooking. We've cooked for 2 days straight. Both do-over recipes. With both the meatloaf and the chicken we did last night. I think we're going to try a different chicken or something tomorrow night. So it's all part of budgeting, you know. We want to eat out a little bit less. We're right in tow with David Reagan. Want to eat out a little bit less, stay in a little bit more, stop spending so much money.
Wow, that's fast.
Fast lap here. So I'm going to try. Yep, we got him.
Stay low, stay low.
Got him to move just a little bit.
Hold this line here.
But I used to like cooking. I used to do it a little bit more often than I do now. I guess I've wanted to try to get into that. It was one of the first Eagle Scout merit badges I got. I was an Eagle Scout. Very first merit badges I got were at summer camp, and none of them were Eagle, so they're Eagle required merit badges. And if I remember correctly, unless it's changed, there are about 21 required ones.
All right, careful now, still there.
And so throughout the course of however many years you are a part of it, I was there for about
Careful now, still there.
for about 4, but never really started getting achievements or rankings or anything until about 2 years, 2.5 years into it.
Hang tight there, driver. Hold this line here.
And so
Hang tight there, driver. Hold this line here. All right, clear outside.
But one of the first, I went to winter camp one year, which is It all focuses
Inside,
100%
inside.
on Eagle required merit badge. That was a bad move to go to the outside. I'm gonna squeeze right in here. I saw Eric Jones coming up in our rear view. We had enough room. Spotters are a little slow, so I'm still looking in our little rear view mirror over there.
Still there.
We're gonna slide down here. Hanging around the high teens, low 20s.
Need you to stay on the bottom right here. Still there.
10-4, boss man, staying on the bottom.
Need you to stay on the bottom.
One
right
of the
here.
first merit badges I
Careful
went
now.
after
Still
was
there.
the cooking merit badge, because when I went to winter camp, it was a newly required Eagle Scout merit badge. I guess I got tired of hearing
Still
about
there.
how all their Eagle Scouts were going to college and eating ramen for 4 or 5 years. Had to learn how to cook, and so it was not a required merit
Stay
badge for
low,
a
stay
long
low.
time.
Still there. Clear.
And ended
Clear
up
high.
being an Eagle required merit badge, I think, in like 2016.
Top lane's free here. Use it if you need it.
Either way.
Top lane's free.
It eventually became an Eagle required merit badge. Everybody has to do it now to be able to become an Eagle Scout. And it's just mostly, it's part of the like home, merit badges. You want to learn how to take care of yourself in your own home. We're to the outside again. We're up with this main middle pack, which isn't bad. Like I said, it's a marathon. It's not a sprint. It's a marathon.
Wow, that's fast.
Still posting fast laps up here. All right, now Almendinger moved to the outside. I'm taking the
Stay
inside
on the
lane.
bottom here for me. All right, careful now. Still there.
But no, one of my favorite merit badges was the climbing merit badge. It was all about rock wall climbing, mountain climbing, rock
careful
climbing.
now. Still there.
All
Top
that
lane's
kind
free
of
here.
stuff.
Use it if you need it.
I'm going to swing
Top
to the
lane
outside
free.
and draft off of Larson, who's going to have to give up that inside lane to Luis Suarez.
Still there.
Not Luis Suarez, Daniel Suarez. Good Lord. I can never get them right. Luis Suarez plays soccer. Daniel Suarez is the racer. So let me know how you guys like this longer style
Still there.
of episode. We might be able to do one or two more of these.
Top
Might do
lane's
it
free here.
for
Use it if you need it. Top lane's
might do
free.
it for Homestead.
Need you to stay up high here. Stay up high.
Hey, what's up, P.
Careful.
Diddy?
Still there.
Thanks for the follow. I'm gonna try to answer the comments as
Stay high. Stay
best
high.
as possible.
Careful. Still there.
But it's kind of hard to look down at my recording computer with the comments while I'm racing. But glad to have you on here.
Still there.
But no, the Eagle Scout merit badges were a big time help. There was citizenship ones where you had to learn how to be a good citizen in your community, nation, and world. You had to learn, not even learn how to be a good one, but understand more of how everything works in a community.
Careful. Still there.
Nation, world, different things like that. You had a family life merit
Clear all
badge. You had
around.
a personal management merit badge. Just how to manage your time and money. And over the past few years, I haven't put any of that into practice, but we're hoping to. I know who you are, P. Diddy. I mean, if you want me to say your real name on the stream, I can. He works with me. I know exactly
Still there.
who you are.
Hang tight there, driver. Hold this line here.
Big time Braves fan, Hawks fan. Not a Falcons fan, you're a Giants fan.
Still there.
I know exactly who you are.
Clear
It's,
high. Clear high.
I don't know if I'll get to this NBA free agent thing and my predictions for them. But we'll see.
Stay high. Stay high.
If I can
Still there.
manage to pull away from Daytona on a straightaway long enough to be able to start scrolling on my computer.
Bottom lane's clear. Use it if you need it.
Oh, I
Got one
100%
down
know
low
who
now.
you
Got one down
are.
low. He's inside.
You only
one
use
down low
that
now.
for
Got one
every
down low.
game
He's
tag
inside.
ever. And I'm pretty sure your Snapchat account is that as well. But I'm not 100% sure on that
Careful
one.
now. Still there.
That you only use it for everything.
Need you to stay up high here. Stay up high. Hang tight there, driver. Hold this line
Exactly.
here.
So if you guys are wondering, I am looking at comments. I am live on Mixer.com,
Need you to stay up high
doing
here.
100%
Stay up high.
of
Still
the
there.
Coca-Cola 400. It's not the Daytona 500, but we're on episode 15 of the series. And it's a night race, and I like the super speedways, so I figured I'd show you what goes on when I drive first person, because I never do it for my channel.
Still there.
And so I figured we'd do that for a race. Daytona's one of the easiest places to do it and requires the least amount of concentration.
Careful now. Still there.
But I personally think I'm a better, cleaner driver when I race first person, especially with the spotter. You see, I'm not kind of looking to the sides or anything. I check behind me every once in a while. But other than that, I rely 100% on the spotter. And I think I race a lot better. I think I race a lot cleaner when I'm in first person.
There.
And so,
Inside.
yeah, we'll have to get one of these days. We'll have to get P Diddy on here. We'll do a split screen race. We'll bring him on, talk NBA basketball at some point. Maybe when it comes back. Maybe we'll do some NFL too.
Still there.
We got our teammate right there, Ryan Blaney, hashtag Team Penske. Right ahead of us. Beautiful body armor car. I like his body armor car.
Hold this line here.
One of my favorites. He drives that rainbow one a lot, and I didn't. It's becoming old. But as I said, and we'll switch to third person, this is our night race car. I'm going to leave it 50-50 when it comes to short tracks at night race, whether we use our short track paint scheme or our night race paint scheme. Because I know there aren't as many night races.
All right, careful now. Still there.
But there are a lot of short tracks, i.e. Richmond, Dover, Martinsville, Bristol, and I know we have to do Bristol and Martinsville another time, maybe even Dover. I can't remember 100%, but so we're racing nice and calm here, sliding into the slipstreams and whatnot. We are trucking here. We started 25th, and we are up to 10th. So, like I said, not racing like it's a sprint. Understand it's a marathon. We're saving fuel where we can. And so, I think everybody's going to end up pitting on this restart, the cautionary restart. Or the, what do they call it? They call it the competitive caution, or the official I don't remember what they call it. Who else is up here?
Still there.
Bubba Wallace in his Air Force, I think, car
inside.
that is. Which is a pretty cool one. It's a pretty cool car. And I think this is Denny Hamlin in his FedEx Cares car. Which we finally see something different from Denny Hamlin. He's had the same old car for years. I miss, and I've said this before, I miss when FedEx did the different colors. He had different color-themed cars. He had the purple and orange. He had purple and green, purple and blue. I think he also had a purple and red one. But those were never available in NASCAR Heat because they stopped doing them IRL.
Still there.
And we're flying.
All right, clear
Bottom
low.
lane's free.
Clear low.
And we're actually going to hit Hamlin on this one as well. I might let Bubba Wallace in here. I don't want to try to bump for position at this point. Hamlin might actually end up sliding in right here as well. I kissed the inside of the apron there. So let's see if the outside. We've got 3 cars stacked up.
Careful now. Still there.
All right, Bubba. Bubba Wallace is coming to the outside. I'm going to get stuck here with Denny Hamlin. And we're going to swing to the inside. Wow, Denny to the outside. He's going to go ahead and draft off of Lacano there. Let's follow suit. Let's see how this line works when you got a couple cars stacked up. Hamlin, if
Still there.
if we don't have at least one draft partner up here, maybe two, you're not going to make it anywhere. You will get passed. You've got to have more cars up on this high line. See, we're going faster because we got Logano in front of us, but we're still kind of 50-50 on spots. Logano's liking this high line, and you know what? We'll take a couple laps to figure out what it's all about. We'll ride the high line with him a little bit. It's yeah, Pete Diddy. Let me know what you think. I think this is the first time we're getting like a full taste of my work, I guess, on streaming.
Still there.
So.
All right, clear outside.
Clear outside. We're flying. And getting blocked by Bubba Wallace. And then we're going to left high and dry out here on the outside with Jimmy Johnson.
Still there.
And we're going to slide right back down. See, it's real hard to get a spot on the outside because not a whole lot of people are using the outside. In fact, I think behind us, a lot of people are getting strung in on the inside lane
half
there.
The race is down, half the race to go. This time, still there.
Should be just stage one. I did 100% of the race.
Careful, still there.
Whoa, all right, there's a caution. We'll have to wait till the replays at the end of the race to actually see that, but the connection is giving out every once in a while. It's still one of those weird situations. It's a lot better than the older computer that I was using.
Starter has the green flag in his hand. Be ready here.
We'll see. We're gonna start. We're gonna start
Hold
eighth.
Your line. You got one inside.
In this restart, Bubba Wallace to the inside. Truex.
Whoa,
Whoa, Hamlin.
Looking good here. We're doing fine. We're 3 wide.
We almost got caught in the middle there. We fought for a spot there. Also, drop a comment down below in the comment section of the stream, and I'll look when I can.
Car there's on your inside.
Can you hear me alongside the spotter?
Got one down low now. Got one down low. He's inside.
And it looks like Ryan Newman's got his Cabela's car up here as well. We're going to give Truex a push, and we're going to hope that he pushes Newman as well.
Careful now. Still there.
This is the kind of lane you need up high. If you can get a few people up high riding this lane, you should be fine. You know, it's one of those lanes, and see, I'm all over up top here.
I
don't hold this top line near as well.
Careful now. Still there.
And you'll keep up, though. In the high line, you'll keep up.
Still there.
But if you're alone up there, you will get passed. You will get passed. You'll get passed by 5-6 cars at a time. Which, you know, at the end of a race might mean the difference between winning and losing. I'm all over the back of Truex's Toyota Camry. One thing I've noticed in all the NASCAR interviews, a lot of times they try to drop their car. So like if I'm Brad Keselowski, they're going to ask me at the end of the race how I thought I raced. Oh yeah, I did fine. I had a great snap-on.
Stay high, stay high.
Ford Fusion. We had a great one that ran the race great. We finished all right.
You got one inside.
You know, and so I've figured that out. I've something my fiance and I have done with a lot of shows and TV is we try to figure out the advertising.
Easy here.
Ooh, we're about to get spun by Suarez.
Got one down low now. Got
I'm going to stay to the outside.
Inside.
And we're just going to let people regain their spots.
Got one down low now. Got one down low. He's inside.
So I cut inside. I didn't hear the spotter right away.
You got one inside. Hold your line.
So see what I mean? You're going to get stacked up.
Inside.
And you will get passed. But if I can get past
still there.
Casey Kane up here, I'm going to try to shove my way down low.
Clear low.
I did it.
Clear low.
We got it. Whoop. Bumping Dylan. Oh, I got a little loose.
Car outside. Car outside. Car on the outside now. Outside.
All right. Awesome. Awesome. Sound is good. I had to raise the I raised the volume for the spotter
stay on the bottom
in this race. I've kept it pretty quiet for most episodes, but I have to have it for this kind of race, racing first person like this. It's a lot of relying on your spotter.
All right, clear outside.
So we were up there in about 9th, 10th spot. We see the big bad man himself up there in the interstate batteries. There's only one guy who's driving that right now. Out of 2 people who have that paint scheme, it's either Daniel Suarez or my personal enemy this time around, Kyle Busch, who has won 5 races this year and does not need another one right now.
Careful, still there.
Like imagine 6 out of 15 races. I mean, at the beginning of the season, he and I had won 6 out of 9. That's when I decided to bump the difficulty up a little bit. We were on 95.
Good job.
I bumped it all the way up to 100. Thought it was a little bit too unrealistically hard. Allmendinger's going around. He bumped me a little hard going into this turn. We're about to have a caution. There we go. You see 133 laps remaining. But I completely lost track of what I was saying. That's what'll happen.
Starter has the green flag in his hand. All right, be ready. Hammer time.
Nah, this really is like 100% relying on spotters. When you kind of see, I wonder if they make this to like show you how much you can actually realistically turn your head when you're in a cockpit. Because if this is how much you can turn your head, the need for spotters, I completely and 100% understand that and stand behind it. So check this out. I got to the middle with this line of cars going a little farther down into the middle lane when they're in the turn.
Hold your line. You got one inside.
Almirola got shoved to the outside, and unfortunately we've been caught in about three wides there. We're still one and attempting to get out, but I don't know if it's going to happen before this next turn.
All right, driver, hold that line.
I'm holding the line. All right, we pushed Bernard back.
Clear all around.
I'm
got
in
one
the apron.
outside now.
About to lose my draft here. It always does, and like I said, it's going to happen again. P. Diddy said that always happens in terms of like losing my train of thought. It always happens. It's going to be like a 1.5 hour stream. I'm anticipating at least, maybe 2, depending on how these cautions go. We've had 2 already, and so
hold your line. You got
2's pretty good. It's a lot better than I did in Texas. We're back on the inside lane. Neither lane is bad. Like I said, if you have the draft partners, drafting is extremely important. You'll see guys we're going to start lapping because they're stragglers and they can't keep up with the pack for whatever reason.
Still there.
My goal as well is to avoid whatever big one happens, if one happens. And so I'm trying to also race very courteously. If somebody really wants a lane and I can see that they do, I'm going to let them in. There's no reason really to kind of push guys out at the moment. I'm going to go to the inside, try to park myself behind our Team Penske teammate here. Joey Logano. Not the biggest fan of you in real life. But it doesn't mean I can't respect the driving.
Stay on the bottom here for me. All right, careful now. Still there. Stay low. All right, careful now. Still there.
7 laps to go. We are up in the top 10.
Bottom lane's clear.
Oh!
Use it if you need it.
He didn't tell me somebody was up high. All right, we're in 8th. And it looks like somebody else is taking the lead at this point. It's Kyle Busch is back here. It's not Jimmy Johnson, but it is a black car, and I can't tell who it is right away. We're going to give Newman a bump. I'm actually going to sit behind him and pull him off. I think Jimmy Johnson is going to want to go low, and I'll give him that. There you go. Newman's kind of caught in a weird spot because I'm not slowing down to let him in. That might be Kurt Busch up front. Let's check our tire wear. It's probably smart to go with some more tires.
Careful now. Still there.
Unless you guys think that I could do 2 right tires and be fine.
Your driver. Hold this line here.
I don't want to have to lose any speed going around. Ricky Stenhouse is up here on the outside. He's going to go left high and dry. I'll probably pass him as well.
Still there. Clear all around.
See, that is Kurt Busch up top there. I need to look up what race the playoffs start in because I need to know when to start using my green stripe.
Still there.
Since we are up here, I might start driving just a tiny bit more aggressively.
Stay low. All right, careful now. Still
Kyle
there.
Busch is back up front.
Still there.
Let me see if I can push Suarez, try to get him in front of Busch. Suarez has surprised me in the back, in the middle part of the season.
Clear all around.
He's had a couple of top 10s. And of course, it was all while I've been trashing him for being a crappy driver. IRL, he was not that great. All right, Suarez is past Busch.
Driver. Hold this line
I'm going to park behind him and eventually make a move to try to take the number 1 spot away from him.
Careful, still there.
So, Busch is on the outside.
You're all clear up top.
All right, clear up top. Suarez might actually lead a lap. And see, Stenhouse is riding alone. Look at how fast we're pulling away from him. You can look in the rear view and see how fast. And check this out. I unintentionally did it. I didn't want to take first right there because I don't want to have to pull everybody else and risk getting passed later on. But I'll risk it. Stenhouse is in a cool car too. Actually makes me think of like a Marquette jersey because they have that light blue, navy blue, and yellow. Especially in their basketball uniforms. What's sad, and here's something sad, only,
Hard
what do you
on
mean
the outside.
Nuggets?
He's outside. All clear.
I know I probably said something earlier that had something to do with Nuggets. The only Nuggets I can think of is,
Hold your line
whoa,
Hold
oh, the Denver Nuggets, like their old jerseys. You know what, I would say those remind me, like Stenhouse's car
Need you to stay on the bottom right here.
reminds me
Still
even
there.
more of like the old Nuggets alternate when Carmelo Anthony was still there. Yeah, the Carmelo
Hang tight
Nuggets,
there, driver. Hold this line here.
where it was just Nuggets and script across the front. Please
Still
don't.
there.
We need to get by Busch. We've got to make a move to get by Busch. He does not need any more playoff points. We're making our move now. Going to the inside. We got it. We got it. We got it. Out of the way. Bump him a little bit. Not enough to make him mad. We're fighting for stage points. He doesn't need them. We're going to be... Please don't push him.
Still there.
Please. He's
Car
got the
outside.
draft
Hold your line
partners.
here.
Dang it.
Hold the wheel. The white flag this time.
Oh,
It'll
one
be
to
a
go.
checkered
I thought
that
that was the last one.
Stay on the bottom here for me.
All right. Well,
Still
here we
there.
go. Making another move. I thought we were
Still
going to take
there.
second right there. We've got Stenhouse to draft. Kyle Busch is up there alone.
Still there.
He's got to be. Oh, no. He's going to get the draft partners right here.
Careful.
All right.
Still
Stenhouse
there.
gave us a little bump. We're actually going to side draft Busch. What side drafting does... J.R. Smith was on that team. J.R. Smith was on that team, yeah. He was a huge dunker there and then
Still there.
with the Knicks at Madison Square Garden. Did I just... Oh, this is going to be balls to the wall to finish this stage. We're going to finish right alongside
That'll
Busch.
earn you a few
Second
stage
place. We were right there. J.R. Smith was a huge dunker. Then the hitting got in his system. I like it. We're going to pit. We're not going to take repairs because that's not going to make any difference. I'm going to go with everything the same. I think everybody's going to pit and get the same thing. I'm going to pause right here, just take a little bit of a break. Stretch out a little bit because these stages are long. I'm going to get a drink of sweet tea real quick. See, right about now would be the time that the stream is usually ending. So we're about 40 minutes into it. We're about the time the stream's ending. We have only done 40 laps out of like over 100. So, but yeah, man, I feel like once he got into Cleveland, once J.R. Smith got into Cleveland, he started hanging out with LeBron. He won himself a championship or two. It went to his head. And I don't want to say he was as bad as like the Johnny Manziel of the league. But he was pretty close.
All right, you're coming to the green.
You could see he
ready
had
here.
some issues.
Inside.
That was a bad restart. We're going to be on the outside. We're probably going to be waiting for something to open up. Wait a second. We might
Still
get by
there?
Bush. Nah, we won't. Not before the turn. But I got to remember how big a
Still there?
car is down there. Because I keep trying to cut it really close. And I feel like I am. I'm kind of side drafting and taking. So what side drafting
Hold your
does,
line.
as
You
I
got
was
one
saying
inside.
earlier,
Hold your line.
side drafting actually slows down the car. It doesn't speed you up. It slows down the car next to you. So depending on how you use it and how many
Inside
draft
your
partners
driver.
you got
Hold this
with
line
you,
here.
it could help you or hurt you. I'm about to go 3 wide.
Inside.
No buenos. See what I mean? I swung outside. Okay. Suarez left that lane open. We'll take it. I swung outside there. I swung outside. I swung outside.
Careful. Still there.
And got caught sleeping. Fifth, third bank is that
careful
car
now.
there.
Still there.
That's a cool car. I like it. The little touch of green in there is cool. Is cool too. But I feel like after JR spent some time in Cleveland, got those championships, he was probably more of a party guy in his last year there, especially after LeBron left.
Careful. Still there.
I really feel like he needs to go back to a team like Cleveland, who kind of sucks right now, get humbled a little bit. Or he could get the Carmelo Anthony treatment, where he's out of the league for 2 years. Because I think that really humbled Carmelo a lot, and he went to a team that he wasn't going to sign with for, he didn't sign with for a few years. And so, anybody know if he's retiring this year? I can't remember. Maybe somebody has an answer for me. Bush is coming on the inside, and we're drafting off of Bush on the outside. There we go. We're clear.
Use it if you need it.
Don't think so. You don't think he's retiring? Okay. So my guess then, I think he's a
Still
free
there.
agent. He signed like a 1 year for the rest of the year. I think he'll sign a slightly more lucrative contract with Portland.
Stay on the bottom here for me. Hang tight,
Maybe
your
like a
driver. Hold this line here.
3-year, $20 million contract. Get like $6 million a
Stay
year
low.
and have
Still
like
there.
the 8%
Clear all
raise
around.
every year. Maybe that's something they can figure out how to do. You never know.
Still there. All right, now you're clear.
But we'll see. Whoa!
Inside.
I got a little tight. All right, Kurt. All right, just go. Just go. I won't stop you.
Inside.
We're only in stage 2. It's not going to be much anything until the next stage.
That car there is on your inside. He's inside.
That's the one. I think Carmelo
Got one
Anthony
down
was
low
the
now.
one
Got
player
one
I was
down
really
low.
happy
Inside.
about this year. You hate to see somebody just turned away from. Teams could have used him. I'm a Grizzlies fan. I would have loved to have him
Got one
last year
down low now. Got one
just
down
to bring
low.
some
Inside.
scoring lift off the bench. I don't think he would have started for us. But just to bring some scoring lift off the bench, I think he would have been
Still
nice.
there.
Because that's what we needed. We lacked wings off the bench, and we have them now. Although I think,
Stay high.
and
stay
I've
high.
said this
Hang
before in a
tight, your
previous
driver.
episode,
Hold this line
I
here.
think Justice Winslow should play the backup 1. He's been so much more valuable for even Miami at the 1. And so we'll see what happens. He'll definitely be a main ball handler. But
Inside.
Winslow, whoa, okay.
Car
Did he?
outside. Hold your line.
Are they going
here.
to throw the yellow?
Hold the wheel.
All right, we're back
Car
to the
there is on
inside.
the outside.
Who's our starting small forward right now? Well, right now, no. He won't come off the bench because Kyle Anderson right now, so far, had been our acting starting small forward, and that's
Still
not a
there?
good look. Dylan Brooks is more valuable at the 2 spot. But, and like I said, I've said in the past, I would love to sign Bogdanovich from the Kings, the small forward.
Clear all around.
He's a great 3-and-D guy, and he can score. He's a 3-and-D shooter, which is kind of what we need. So what I'm saying is, so we don't have to split time between the two of them, let Justice Winslow play the backup 1 and trade Tyus Jones for like a pick. Because Bogdanovich is a free agent. He didn't extend his contract with the Kings. We're going to get left high and dry here.
Careful. Still there.
That's what I think. Because the Grizzlies, we need another 3-and-D guy. And Winslow is nice, but he's not he's not known as a three-point shooter. I guess, all in all. And so neither is Kyle Anderson. Kyle Anderson, I was hoping when we signed him, he was going to put up 7 to 12 points. He's averaged like 3 to 5 the like 2 years that we've had him so far. And so did you just donate like some of those like electric thingies, like the lightning bolts or something? I saw something come up next to your name.
Still there. Clear all around.
Let me try something. I'm going to pause this real quick. Once we get on the straightaway, I'm going to go into my mixer. Let's see. Chat, broadcast overlay. I'm going to move it to the middle, and we'll see how this looks. I should be able to read your comments then. Okay. Well, maybe somebody else did something. I don't know. It glowed. Let me look here. It only shows that 2 people are watching, and that would be my computer and yours. Whatever you're watching on. There we go. And see, that's okay. I can put it right in the middle of the screen because my rear view mirror is right there. So what you guys don't see right next to my screen, my little rear view mirror right here, is a mixer comment section. And I usually don't have that up because it's very intrusive on a lot of games. If I was racing third person like this, I wouldn't do it because I got the rear view mirror right there at the top of the screen. But this works. I can do this. I forgot, you have PS4. So PS4, they do Twitch, right? I think they do Twitch. Anyway. So, Anthony Davis headlines free agency. I think he returns to LA, but I don't think he'll sign like a 5-year deal. I really don't, because I don't think he'll want to be locked up for that much, especially with LeBron's teams the way they've been over the years. If you look, he signs a lot of veteran players and then leaves, and because those veteran players don't have another star player next to him, they suck. Miami, Cleveland, it's happened. It'll happen with, it'll happen with LA. That's where I like what the Clippers have done with their team so far, in the sense of like they've got a nice mix, and Kawhi's not that old. But right now, my MVP vote goes for LeBron. He put the clamps on Giannis. We'll see what happens when they come back, but he's put the clamps on Giannis this year. And he's averaged damn near a triple-double most of the season. And on top of that, he's like 37 years old and still playing like he's 25. So I think he should be MVP. Not necessarily unanimous. I could argue for Kawhi. I could argue for Giannis. I don't think James Harden should get it. His game, he's one of the most boring players to watch because his game is all the same. There's almost no, ball handling and shooting threes and kicking legs out. And obviously, mad respect for him for being able to score at high clip, but he's not putting up triple-double seasons. He's throwing up 36 points a game, doing the same stuff over and over, the same moves over and over again. It's his step backs and his one-legged threes. You see something new with Kawhi, LeBron, and Giannis every game. As for Rookie of the Year, it's Ja because he's played more. If Zion had come into the league right away, he would have Rookie of the Year hands down. No way he would not. That's just how I see it. But because Ja Morant has played longer and has put up, so far, more double-doubles than all the rookies, not combined anymore because Zion's putting up a double-double or close to a double-double every night.
Still there.
It's just one of those things we'll have to wait and see. I think for the NBA, it'd be a great business
Still
move to
there?
make him Rookie of the Year because his jersey sales will spike. But his jersey sales are already up. Not a whole lot of people know necessarily about John Morant
Careful now. Still there.
because nobody watches the Grizzlies. I'm an
Stay
older
low.
Grizzlies
Still
fan.
there.
Obviously, it was very rarely that I got to see them live on TV because nobody watches the
high,
Grizzlies.
bud.
It's a small market team. It's going to be New York and whoever LeBron's on most, right? Or Golden State. But one of my favorite players before he moved teams was Zach Randolph. I wasn't necessarily the biggest fan of Tony Allen because the guy couldn't shoot worth a crap. And Mike Conley has been my all-time
Hang
favorite
tight there,
player
driver. Hold this line here.
ever. And a large part of that is how clean he plays. And he's kind of sucked this year, which makes the Grizzlies look smart for trading him in the offseason, but a little bit of side damage now from hitting the wall. So our aerodynamics might be messed up just a little bit. Also, if you like this kind of episode, I've been considering getting a game that
Hang tight
moves a
there,
little
driver.
slower as
Hold this
well.
line here.
I don't want to say this doesn't move slow, or this does move slow, but it's a lot,
Careful,
I
still
feel,
there.
more calm. I can focus on other things while doing. You know, this, I can focus on the chat a little bit better than I would with basketball or
Careful
something
now.
like
Still
that.
there.
And so, I've been thinking about doing Farming Sim,
All right, clear outside.
something where I can do like 30-minute long episodes talking about whatever we want to talk about. I'll actually have something prepared, and while we're
Careful,
managing
still there.
our farms, we'll talk about whatever we've prepared. You know, different things like that.
Stay low. Still there.
It's like a random podcast. Beats me. And there might be days where we can have, you know, online servers running
You
and
got all
stuff
the
like
room
that.
you
Who
need. You're
knows?
clear.
But we'll see. We'll see. There's a lot of doors we could open. And especially now that I realize
Hold
that
your line.
NASCAR
You got one
actually works
inside. Hold
for
your line.
this. It's not dreadfully long. We've been going for about 50 minutes, and we're about
Still there.
a third of the race through. And so this might be an extra long episode. But it's something we can work with.
That car there is on your inside. He's inside.
Whoa, Bubba. I heard him say inside, but I kept cutting inside. We're going to give him a little tap as we're going past him. I've got an uncle in the Air Force, so I'm 100% on board with that. I've got a brother-in-law in the Army.
All right, careful now. Still there.
Marcus Smart has recovered. Great. Marcus Smart was one of the players tested positive for COVID-19. He's 100% recovered. Great to hear. Thanks for the good news. I didn't know that. How's like Christian Wood been and guys like that? Just reported. Cool. All right, so we got some breaking news from P. Diddy. I feel like Colin Cowherd, where it's like, this has been the herd. Now, Diddy with the news. And P. Diddy comes on. Yes, this is P. Diddy with the herd line news. Marcus Smart has made a
Hang tight there,
surprising
driver.
recovery,
Hold this line here.
or a surprisingly quick recovery from COVID-19 after being quarantined for a week and a half.
Stay low. Stay low. All right, careful now. Still there.
Twitter notifications on point, on
Stay low.
fleek.
Still there.
That's the last time I used that in my streams ever.
We got 20 more laps.
20 more laps
Track's all
and the
yours, bud.
stage.
You're clear.
I don't know why I keep going.
Careful. Still
Colin
there.
Cowherd's
Got
one of my
down
favorite
low now. Got one
broadcasters.
down low. He's inside. Clear all around.
I think in terms of a podcast on the radio, I love listening to him. He's got a great radio voice. I tell you who I don't like listening to, in terms of like on the radio,
Careful. Still there.
is, and I'm not saying they're bad reporters. They're great reporters. I don't like listening to Dan Patrick
Inside.
because it always sounds like he's in a schoolroom. Like McGlovin and the other guys sound like they are raising their hands to make a point when, you know, Colin's having, you know, Joy can jump in whenever she wants. You know what I mean? He'll come in and she'll be like, well, you know, this is what's going on. And he'll be like, exactly. Or he'll be like, nah, this is,
Stay on the
you
bottom
know,
here
I
for
feel
me.
like this will happen
Still
a little
there.
bit more. And they'll agree to disagree. But Dan Patrick, he sounds like he's like told them beforehand, remember to raise your hand before you make a point, And it sounds like they've just got Doris Burke got COVID? No, dude, she's like the best. She is the OG. She paved the way for women in the sports broadcasting.
Driver. Hold this line here.
Bro, she is the best female broadcaster ever. Ever. That was reported a couple days ago. I haven't been on track, man. I've been trying to avoid social media and paying attention to the whole COVID-19 because that's all you hear about, and it's, as much as you want to be concerned, it's very depressing. And I'm not saying we shouldn't stay well informed, but it
all right, careful now. Still there.
My days have definitely been more depressing when I'm seeing a lot more COVID-19. This person has it, this person has it, and so.
Yellow flag.
Yellow flag. But anyway, condolences to Doris Burke, man. That's huge. And Doris Burke has COVID. She has basically paved the way for female broadcasters. Yeah. She is like the best of the best. Never find another one better than her. I don't even remember. She played basketball. Where did she play? Did she play at UConn? I think she played at UConn. All right, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to switch over to this little screen here where we've got I'll still see your comments, but we're also going to look at the the top 3 listed right now.
You ready?
Out of the top 30 free agents.
Hammer time. Let's go. Inside.
And so number 1 is Anthony Davis, obviously.
Inside,
I think Anthony Davis stays with LA. I don't think it's going to be like a Supermax $220 million contract. He's not going to want to be stuck with the second coming of what he had dealt with for 5 years with New Orleans. And that's what it's going to be in, 2-3 years.
That car there's on your
once
inside.
LeBron leaves. Now, what would be interesting would be to see him go to New Orleans and kind of embrace playing center again. I know he wants to play power forward, but imagine a front court
stay high.
threat
Still there.
of Zion Williamson and the best center power forward in the league.
Got one down low now. Got one
and
down
Anthony
low.
Davis.
Inside. Hold your line. You got one inside. Hold your line.
Or he can go to Atlanta. They can trade Clint Capella and give AD the Superman. That's not going to happen, though. They've got John Collins' contract to worry about. They're going to have to pay Trae Young.
Stay up high. Still there.
Yeah, you don't want that to happen. I wouldn't either. I don't want him to go to Memphis. Memphis can't mess this up. I want them to sign Bogdanovich, but they won't because they probably made all of their off-season moves during the trade deadline, getting all those guys.
Careful, still there.
Yeah, and John is going to get, I think John Collins will get a regular max. Trae is definitely, despite the defensive struggles, he'll definitely get a super max because he shoots the lights out. And I've touched on this before. Me personally, I would take somebody who plays a little bit more defense. But I'm not, if Trae, I would obviously take Trae if he was on the board, you know what I mean? And so, if I'm building a team, he, to me, is one of the best options out there. I'd take Trae over guys like Russell Westbrook and James Harden and guys like that. Even John Wall. I'd take him over John Wall right now. And that's not even just because John Wall is hurt. It's just John Wall. I think Trae Young would work a lot better with Bradley Beal. And the fact that Bradley Beal is a 3-and-D defender who can kind of cover and switch with Trae depending on who he's guarding. I think it's Bradley Beal might actually benefit from coming to Atlanta if he wanted to. Beal equals eel. I know you don't like Bradley Beal, but I really think it would be a good pickup. But then you bring Kevin Huerter off the bench.
All clear.
Who do you like better? Since we got a Hawks fan on here, who do you like better?
Driver.
Cam Reddish or DeAndre Hunter? If you had to pick one, trade one and
all
play
around.
one, who would you pick? Herta comes off the bench to see
Need
next
you to
season
stay on the
doing
bottom
Cam.
right here.
Would they
Still
play
there.
Cam at the 3? I know DeAndre's kind of have that Cam
Top
all the
lane
way.
straight here. Use it
Wasn't
if you need
Cam
it.
voted by all the
Top
rookies?
lane
He had like
straight.
a 44% vote, most out of all the rookies to have like the
10 laps to
longest
go.
tenured career in the NBA out
Clear
of this
all
draft
around.
class. I think Cam at the 2 and Hunter at the 3. Yeah. So if you had to trade Hunter, what kind of move would you try to make? Are we
Careful,
talking
still
draft
there.
picks? Do you think he's got a little more stock than that? Because as a Grizzlies fan, I actually wouldn't mind Hunter. I think trade Herter
Still
over
there.
Hunter. See, as a Grizzlies fan, I wouldn't take Herter because we don't need another, we need like a small forward style guy. And like I said earlier, Dylan Brooks is more of a guy. Now, if they wanted to trade Hunter, I might be willing to give up Jaren Jackson Jr. for DeAndre Hunter. That might be a move the Grizzlies might be interested in taking, especially if Atlanta throws in like a second-round pick.
Still there.
But I don't think Anthony Edwards and we need to trade Herter. I could see that. You don't like Jaren? He's here. He's good.
there.
I'm gonna say I'm a fan, but I would take Brandon Clark over him any day. All right, I'll go straight away. I need to pause. I'm about to hack along up.
Careful now. Still there.
1 second, guys. Hurt. That hurt. Got Clint, Scal, Damian Jones, and Dwayne Dedmon. Oh, you got a stacked front court. I mean, what if the Grizzlies took Damian Jones off your hands instead of a pick? They would do like DeAndre Hunter and Damian Jones for Jaren Jackson Jr. Then you can play him off the bench because Collins plays better defense. Hell no. Oh, P. Diddy, the official Hawks fan, does not like that move at all.
Still there.
You like Damian Jones?
Stay
It
on the
just
bottom here
depends
for me.
on what kind of
Hang tight
season
there,
he's
driver.
having.
Hold this
I
line
think
here.
depending on who you're talking to,
Car outside.
somebody could give
Car
up more. And I
outside.
feel like it would help
All right, now you're
clear
clear.
up some salary too, because Jaren Jackson Jr. is going to be on a rookie contract for one more year. So if you could dump salary and take Jaren Jackson Jr. rookie
inside.
deal,
Still
because
there.
isn't Herter still on a rookie deal too? Or did they re-sign him?
You're all clear on the bottom. Inside. Still there. Inside.
Because I'm like, if you could get rid of Cap, if you could trade 2 players and get rid of Cap, do
Clear
like a
all around.
salary dump, like get Dwayne Dedman's contract out of there or something, and take one player's contract that you don't even have to keep for more than a year, and it's purely a salary dump, and the guy's good enough to be a primary option off the bench.
Stay low. Still there.
Minnesota, we got with T.
Looking good
So
here.
like,
We're doing fine. We're 3
who
wide.
is that? Was that a Kogi? Or was it, oh, hold on.
Careful now. Still there.
Culver. Was it Jarrett Culver?
Tower is called a caution.
Yeah, he does have that ugly contract, which makes it hard to keep him. He's a good rebounder, though. And that's what the Hawks have kind of. It's a veteran guy. Let me. I'll look some of this stuff up while we're in caution. Bruno Fernando is a center as well. You have him too. It's not Brandon Goodwin. Goodwin was on our G League roster. Damian Jones, DeAndre Bembry, Derek Walton Jr. Maybe? No. I don't know what to tell you then.
Starter has the green
Trayvon
flag.
Graham?
Be ready.
There, he's listed as a small
Green
forward.
flag. Inside.
I guess he plays
inside.
the 2 guard. Most forwards are versatile anyway. Either way, 3 laps to go
Stay
left
high,
in
stay
stage
high.
2. We're going to enter
Still
stage
there.
3 after a quick break.
Inside.
So if Washington offered you Bradley Beal
Inside.
for
Inside.
DeAndre Hunter, all feelings
Hold your line.
aside,
Got one
you're
inside.
taking the
Hold your
pure
line.
3
Draw
and
clear
D,
up top.
25 points a game. Hunter for Beal, and like a second round pick.
Still there.
Hunter and a second
Inside.
round pick for Beal.
Inside. Careful, still there.
Because I feel like with Beal, you might even have to throw in another player, but I think DeAndre Hunter for Washington.
4, star laps, driver. Keep it going. Got one down low now.
I
Got
feel
one
like
down
Beal
low,
has the
inside.
ball in his
Got a
hands
car
too
up
much
top, he's up top. Got a
because
car
he
high
has
now.
to. I feel like spot up shooting wouldn't be bad for him either. But I really think, in all seriousness, I don't think
Careful, still there.
Washington
All
should
clear.
trade Beal. I know it's fun to talk with him being in trade talks all the time, but if there's anybody they need to trade John Wall. And John Wall's going to end up going somewhere. I would love to
Still
see
there.
him get moved to Phoenix. But then again, you're dealing with the same situation
All clear.
of a
all
guy
clear.
who puts up 25 points per game again. And that's true, and your salary is weird. Are you guys still
One
paying?
more to go.
That's true. Yeah, you're not going to be able to afford that. Are you guys still paying Chandler Parsons?
Careful, still there.
So Beal, P. Diddy's saying that Beal wouldn't fit because of his Supermax contract that he's going to want or already got him. So do you think they would pay
Still
Cam
there.
and DeAndre Hunter, or would they let one of them walk?
All right, careful now. Still there. All right, clear high, bud.
Let's see if I can crack top 15 before we have to finish. And then I'll go into a little bit of NBA talk before we start the next stage.
All right, careful now. Still there. Nice drive at that stage.
Yeah,
driver.
I think we'll see what will happen in the next 2 seasons. He's saying that between DeAndre Hunter and Cam Reddish, we'll have to see what happens. We're going to pit, and I'm going to get some of my regular. We'll do some tea and stuff like that. We're back in 23rd, and that's what I just don't get. I think people are doing gas only, and I'm hoping they're going to have to stop again for tires. Yeah, one of your players on your roster's name is Charlie Brown. He's like a small forward, probably on your G League team. Cam will get the big deal. All right, so P. Diddy, a Hawks fan, says that Cam Reddish is going to get their long-term deal, the big money deal. I could definitely see that, though. Charlie's a two-way player. I just think it's funny that his name is Charlie Brown. Every time they announce him, they should Cam Reddish over DeAndre Hunter. But every time they announce Charlie Brown, they need to hold him back in the locker room and play the Charlie Brown thing, the Peanuts theme song, every time he comes out of the locker room. Has to happen. Tell me you didn't see that already, though. You know who else wouldn't be a bad pickup for the Hawks right now? If they choose to get rid of DeAndre Hunter. You do Brandon Ingram. He's a free agent. DeMar DeRozan's a free agent. Even Gordon Hayward. I think Gordon Hayward has been more of a spot-up shooter. I don't think Gordon will want more money. 10-man rotation with the team you have right now. Or your 10. Well, I know he's a two-way, so he wouldn't be playing all the time. But like Josh Jackson is a two-way, and he's all of a sudden getting 15 minutes a night, which I think is ridiculous. He's shown flashes of being good, but he's always shown flashes of being a dipshit. That's all it is. All right. I am refreshed. Trey, Cam, Hunter, JC, Clint, Goodwin. Goodwin play. Okay. I didn't think. See, Goodwin, I didn't recognize Goodwin's name. Damian Jones. He might be. Let me see if he got moved. Maybe he just got released. It still says it still says he's with the Atlanta Hawks. Maybe he's still getting paid by them. I don't know. But let's get into it. We're gonna go ahead and jump into stage number 3.
Pace car is off. Coming to the green. Be ready here.
2-year deal.
Car there is on the outside. Outside.
Oh, Jones will be gone next year. Okay. Okay.
Still there.
See, I like the move the Grizzlies did for rebounder and Gorgie Jang, and the fact that he'll even stretch the floor a little bit. But if they didn't have Gorgie Jang, I would make a move for somebody like Damian Jones because he's a good rebounder. Him or like Robert Williams. But I don't think the Celtics would let go of Robert Williams.
Still there.
And there's no way in hell they'll let go of Taco Fall at this point. He's too popular. His jersey sales are probably the highest grossing jersey for the Celtics. Everybody loves him. He's like the Alex Caruso of the Eastern Conference.
All right, careful now. Still there.
Anyway, second big free agent for this year is Brandon Ingram.
Got one outside now.
I'm going to go out on a limb. You want Brandon Ingram bad? I was just saying you could do that. If you were to let go of Hunter and trade him, you could go for Brandon Ingram. He'd be a good fit there. The other place, because I don't think Devin Booker is going to be on the Suns next year. I think he'll be on the Timberwolves. I think Brandon Ingram could be offered a supermax or a max contract from Phoenix and be the #1 option there. That right there would be a contract that would outdo New Orleans because they're going to want to save money to sign, Zion Williamson. And it seems like Brandon Ingram's about the money right now.
All right, careful now. Still there.
But I think he would go for somewhere that's not as good. Somebody who doesn't necessarily have that winning piece right away. I think we're 4 wide. We are 4 wide.
There's on the outside.
Dang. That was ridiculous.
Got one down low now. Got one down low. He's inside.
And there's Harvick. Harrison Rhodes, I tell you what, buddy, I'm going to sit. Whoa, I'm going to bump.
Careful. Still there.
But, yeah, I think the Hawks could definitely pick up Brandon Ingram, but they're going to have to pay him.
Stay on the bottom here for me. Still there. Inside.
Which I guess if they were to trade Hunter and Herter, that would free up a little bit of cap space.
Got one inside. Hold your line.
And Herter, I think the Kings could use somebody like Herter. Sacramento.
Need you to stay up high
especially if they manage to trade Buddy Hield.
Still there.
And people have heard about that in a past episode. I would like to see him in a Cleveland Cavaliers jersey.
Hang tight there, driver. Hold this line.
But I think the Kings could even trade for a pick, I think. Have Buddy Hield over Beal. See, I think given the right situation, Buddy Hield could be in a better situation than Bradley Beal. But in this moment, because of the situation and knowing that he's unhappy in Sacramento, I think I would take Beal over Buddy because I know Beal is going to give it his all on the floor. Buddy's kind of upset right now, so it's going to get into his head a little bit. Just push Boyer to the outside. There's Ross Chastain. Good old Ross.
Easy on the wheel. Good wheel here, please. Hold me a good wheel.
I'm trying to hold a good wheel.
Hang tight there, driver. Hold this line here.
There we go. We're down low now. We're kind of dropping spots. It's going to cut inside here. I need to get up that lead pack.
Still there.
We have how many laps to go? 160. So we're going to have to pit again. We're going to have to have a green flag pit, I think. Unless something happens. 88 to 160. 40 would be to 120, and then another 40 would be 160. And we've got 40 laps of fuel left, so we conserve a little bit. We might be a little bit better. I think we could probably go with like 10 laps of fuel left, I guess. And I would do, honestly, for the last like blitz, the last run trying to catch up to everybody, I would do fuel and tires, because I think a lot of people going into the final portion of this race are going to go fuel only. And those tires, you know, while they're only, you know, we're almost 20 laps in, or 10 laps in, they're only on 94% wear. You know, it will make a difference if I'm up there with slightly better tires. But, so Brandon Ingram, and then DeMar DeRozan was number 3. I think DeMar DeRozan, he's not going back to San Antonio because I haven't extended him already. I feel like if San Antonio wanted him, they would have extended him. I also think they're probably going to try to find some place for LaMarcus Aldridge. I don't think they're going to bring him back. Beal will ask for too much money, or DeRozan will ask for too much money. Because I think DeRozan probably will want to be, I think he'll want to be overpaid. I agree with you there. And there's going to be teams that are going to do it. There are going to be teams that have the cap space to do it. Honestly, if not Buddy Hield, DeMar might be able to go to Cleveland. But I think he wants to play for somebody who's going to win a little bit more.
DeMar on the outside now, outside.
Which to me, he might take a pay cut to go play in Denver.
All right, now you're clear.
Because Denver had that huge trade and gave up a bunch of guys. I wouldn't have given up Malik Beasley. I like Malik. Malik is good. Bush is back here in 11th. We're climbing again. We're starting to climb.
Stay low, stay low.
Necessarily as passively. We've still got, what, 75 laps or something? I'm trying to think of a team where DeMar might fit. He won't fit on the Grizzlies, although he's athletic as all hell. We're looking for shooters. Maybe Golden State.
Right, careful now, still there.
I could see him going to Golden State, especially if they move.
Hang tight there, driver. Hold
they might try to move. I saw some reports like before the season ended that they might just try to flip Andrew Wiggins. So if they can flip him and save money, I think they could legitimately go after, you know, they could try to legitimately go after somebody like DeMar DeRozan. And he would literally be maybe a 14-point per game guy at that point.
Careful, still
and there. Like I said, I really think they're still a championship contender. They're just all hurt on the bench. I didn't like the move to get rid of Marquise Chris either. I didn't like that for them because Marquise was actually playing all right. But hour and 20 minutes into it, guys. We are steaming full steam ahead. I've readjusted a couple of times now.
Stay up high. Stay high. Still there. Need you to stay up high here. Stay up high. Still there.
See, Gordon Hayward's next. He might return to Boston. If not, probably somewhere like Houston.
Inside.
Someone who's going to embrace a spot-up shooter. Hayward is not going to ask for a lot of money. I don't think he will.
Got one down low now. Got one down low. He's inside.
Because although he's proven himself in the seasons that he's come back from that nasty injury that he had, you know, I wouldn't necessarily want to try to grab him per se. Fred, let's see, Danilo Gallinari. I 100% think he will remain on the Thunder. They're going to do everything they can to sign him. He's come up huge. He has gone from a spot-up shooter who doesn't play defense to an okay defender and borderline all-star. So I think the Thunder are going to try to keep that core together because they're surprisingly good for the kind of team they put together. They remind me of the Clippers last year. They don't really have a set star player. Chris Paul is great. You know, I guess he's a step up from, you know, what the Clippers had last year in Lou Williams. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander will stay there, yeah. And he's becoming a star. He's emerging as a star. I'd like to see him continue what he's doing next year and continue into next year, and I would consider him, you know, a clear star, somebody who's going to be able to sign like a max deal, close to a max deal.
All right, now you're clear.
And he put up the same thing with the Clippers, but he's played for the same general team. Guys where he's going to be the number one option because they don't,
Still there.
you know, there's no Kawhi there. There's no Russell Westbrook. You know, also, I think Russell Westbrook, that situation would have ruined Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. It did not do Oladipo any good. And I thought that was going to be a great team with Oladipo on that team. Ooh. By the way, Oladipo was set to make his return to the court earlier this year. It's kind of sad that he never managed to do it because of COVID. Up next,
still there.
Yeah, I think the Thunder are going to re-sign Danilo Gallinari. I know the Heat had tried to make a move for him, so maybe they do it in free agency. But I think with the way the Thunder are playing and the fact that Danilo is one of their top options in terms of offensively, I think he keeps that. And I think the Thunder are going to try to hang on to what they got. Steven Adams, I think, will stay there.
Careful, still there.
Different things like that. You know, honestly, I was kind of surprised that the Hawks made the trade for Clint Capella, but I liked the move. I did like the move for Clint Capella. You're not. I mean, I can understand both sides of it. You know, I'm happy we signed Gorgie Jang because we needed a rebounder off the bench. Stenhouse is flying up here, and Casey Kane's up here too.
Still there.
I can understand, you know, that a lot of fans like Gorgie Jang for the fact that we needed a rebounder, but I don't like his contract. I don't like him on a long-term deal. That's why I'd rather have somebody like a Robert Williams or. I can't believe they gave him up either. You know, P. Diddy's saying that he couldn't believe the Rockets gave him up. I can't believe Capella got traded from the Rockets because they've been out-rebounded ever since that trade. They had been out-rebounded by like 15 rebounds like every game, I think, after that. They should have tried to take somebody off of your hands. I can't believe y'all traded Alex Len. I liked Alex Len. He's a good pickup for the Kings, you know, but I would have liked to see him stay in that Hawks jersey. But, nah, the Rockets, rebounding-wise, have not fared well with P.J. Tucker at the 5. Stenhouse is just absolutely demolishing the competition right now. Well, yeah, but what I'm saying is I would have never made the move for Clint Capella and kept Alex Len.
That car there is on your inside.
I wouldn't have made that move for Clint Capella and then kept Alex Len at the same time. I would have chosen one or the other. Because, yeah, that's just – you've got a log jam right now at center, and hopefully you guys will try to clear it up during the offseason. But,
hold your line.
You know, we'll see what happens.
Got one down low now. Got one down low. He's inside. Inside.
All right, Almirola beat me out to that lane. I like Lynn's offensive game, though. He can stretch a little bit.
Still there.
I'm not really down for centers who can't at least hit mid-range, and Capella's a pick-and-roll guy.
Stay high. Still there.
I'm a huge fan of Valanciunas. I think he's been playing like a top 5, top 10 center.
Got one down low.
Yeah, I can see him feeding off of John Collins.
Hang tight there, driver. Hold this line here.
But I think Valanciunas has been a top 10 center this year easily. He could go off for 20 and 10 every night. Any night.
Still there.
Just with John Morant there. No, basically our priorities are there with him.
Inside.
I just don't think, you know, I'm kind of crossing my fingers that the Grizzlies don't try to sign, you know, Jaren Jackson to a huge deal. Although I think he's making really good friends with John Morant, and that's going to be tough because I really don't think we really need him that badly. He leads the league in fouls per minute. He's kind of bad defensively. He'll have his good moments. He's just very unpolished. The only other thing I could really be scared of is if he were traded to another team and he went off, you know. But I think Brandon Clark in the long run is going to be better for us.
Still there.
With the starting spot and whatnot.
Car outside. All right, now you're clear.
We are absolutely hanging around here. Stenhouse has been one of the fastest cars here all night.
Need you to stay on the bottom right here. Hang tight there, driver.
We're going to move Truex off of us, and look at that. Harvick's going to move too. We're not going to get the inside lane on Harvick, but we got it on Truex.
All right, now you're clear. Clear all around.
All right, and I'm going to readjust real quick. I keep pausing it. I feel bad, but oh, popping my back too. Back hurts. All right, rolling down the list. Fred VanVleet. I heard rumors about this earlier. Let me take a sip of tea real quick. Arizona sweet tea that will give you diabetes by looking at it. I've heard rumors about this. The Pistons are going to heavily chase Fred VanVleet. I like that move.
Careful, still there.
Fred VanVleet still needs to prove it.
Inside.
Or are we talking like Triple J or something?
Car outside.
Fred VanVleet. He's done, and that's where I think, you know, if he were to sign a contract with somebody like Detroit, which I actually like that move from Fred VanVleet if you're Detroit, number one. But I think if he goes there and can prove himself there, you know, that's going to be a good look. I really like that. Yeah. I'm trying to think of another team he could fit with.
Coming to the green. Be ready. Hammer time. Let's go. Got a car up top. He's up top. Got a car
If the Wizards get rid of John Wall, I could see him signing with the Wizards too. Maybe the Magic.
All right, careful now. Still there.
But I'm trying to be realistic in the fact that I don't think any contender, a big-time contender, is going to try to go after. I mean,
still there.
Go after him and offer him what I think he'll want.
Car there is on the outside.
If you get what I'm saying, I think he's going to want a bigger contract than what people are going to be willing to pay him.
Hold your line here. Hold the wheel.
And so.
Car on the outside now. Outside. Careful. Still there.
Maybe even he might even be able to pull off a signing with the Pelicans, if Lonzo doesn't stay. But I think Lonzo will, so I don't think they'll go after him. Let's push our teammate Blaney past Casey Kane.
Still there.
Well, exactly, and that's what I'm saying. Like he's gonna have to take like a mid-tier contract somewhere. But I think if he were to sign like a 2-year, $25 million contract with Detroit with like a player option, and then, a guarantee offer afterwards or something, go somewhere else where you can play without, having to run alongside Pascal Siakam and Kyle Lowry,
Stay low, still there.
But I like the move for I like Detroit's move for, especially after they traded Andre Drummond for absolute peanuts. Like that was a Blake Griffin level of trade that they made. They need to jump back from something. I would trade Andre Drummond for Andrew Wiggins. But they didn't. They traded him for like Brandon Knight, a 2nd-round pick, and somebody else who's like not that great. Which means the best thing that's going to come out of that trade, is going to be that 2nd-round pick. Yeah, it's cool, man. That's cool. I'll still be here. I'm actually getting set here. I'm going to take like a 5-minute break or something here, and as soon as we finish this lap.
Car high now.
All right, guys, we'll be right back. I'm going to take like a 5-minute break here. Getting a little sore, need to stretch out just a little bit. These are long races. And we're back. With this just being such a long race, I'm not usually used to running a lot of these.
All right, careful now. Still there. You got all
So
the room
we're gonna
you need.
chill, take this easy, and then work our way up to just sitting through a whole one. Maybe that'll happen when we get like a wheel or something like that. But Truex up front as well as Trevor Bayne. Well, I'm gonna push Trevor Bayne because he's less of a threat in the long run than Truex, I think.
Need you to stay on the bottom right here. Careful, still there.
Bayne's going to get a little bit of space, but we're going to close that right back up. But nah, this is, free agency's been a big thing. Yo, P. Diddy, let me know when you're back. That way we can pop the next name on you.
Got one down low now. Got one down
Harvick's
low.
Getting pushed.
Low lane's clear here. Low is clear.
Trying to do all this is tiring too. Like, I'm not gonna lie, man. I'm kind of fatigued. I'm getting to the point where it's kind of strenuous to make it through this. It's like driving, in a sense, in real life. You get that kind of tunnel vision where you just see the light at the end of the tunnel and you're just like, I want to be there already. And maybe we'll do this at Talladega. I think we have to hit Talladega one more time. Since it's a super speedway, we might do it. But we'll see. As soon as P. Diddy comes back, we'll pop the old question with the one thing we talk about every episode. And anybody who watches my stuff is gonna know exactly what it is. We'll do that.
Still there.
We took back first place. I honestly,
Right, careful now. Still there. Clear high. Clear high.
That hurt just a little
Inside. Inside.
bit. Here comes
Hard
Kyle.
on the outside. He's outside.
Well, that hurt. I'm gonna have to work on regaining some space. Harvick's got the lead though.
Careful. Still there.
I don't really mind that. Let's see what we got for tires. 73. So when we pit, we're probably gonna have to go for everything. 48 laps left. Should we ride this until the leaders pit? Or should we go when we want to?
Careful, still there. All right, now you're clear.
Because that's when everybody's going to get spread out. So we might go when the leaders go and rely on our driving skill and our pit team to get us through it. But yeah, again, this was just something special I wanted to do. Give you a first-person race all the way down. Let you know what I do for the Xfinity Series. And kind of show you what's kind of difficult about this. It's all spotter. I am listening to my spotters and doing all of that all at the same time. And so... all while yawning and talking with P. Diddy about NBA
Got a car up top.
basketball.
He's up top. Got a car high now.
Suarez is bumping me here. He's got a lot of speed. I gave him a bump, so maybe he'll slow down a little bit.
Car outside.
I don't know. Maybe that hit on the side actually threw my car off a little bit.
Still there. Car there is on the outside. Outside. Got one outside now.
Trevor Bayne, I thought you were up front. Maybe I passed you.
Need you to stay on the bottom right here. All right, careful now. Still there. Clear all around.
Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm hoping for a win. I can continue to call myself the king of NASCAR Super Speedways. I've had a couple of songs stuck in my head recently. AJR is a nice band. Been listening to a lot of them. One of my buddies showed me that. I might be doing another channel with my buddy. It's called, we're thinking about calling it Do It Like a Gecko. And it's going to be
Stay low. Careful.
not
Still
video
there.
games for the most part. Might play some Fortnite together or something. He likes
Stay
playing
on the bottom
Fortnite.
here for me. All right, careful now. Still there.
And so, but this race is done 100% in first person. We're about to get a
Here we
3
go now.
wide
3 wide.
because I'm losing my speed down the straightaway. There's no draft partners. We're 3 wide. And I've got Suarez's draft
Car there's on your
slipstream,
inside.
so
Inside.
that'll help a little bit.
Inside. Inside.
Is Bush still there? No? Yes? Yes. Bush is still there.
Inside. Inside. Inside.
All right, we managed to do a crazy move and dive right in between. All right, so P. Diddy, I don't know if you've watched any of my stuff before, but there's a little bit of a tradition in these NASCAR videos. I tell everybody what I ate today. So since
Stay
you
on the
are
bottom here for me.
one of the ones who has
Careful now.
stuck
Still
through
there.
almost all of the stream, we're going to ask you, what did you eat today?
Careful. Still there.
Kind of a stupid question, I know, but let's have fun with it.
Careful. Still there.
Spaghetti. Awesome. Italiano. Eating the spaghetti.
Still there.
Love it. I haven't had spaghetti in a while, actually. That wouldn't be bad.
Stay on the bottom here
Just
for me.
spaghetti with like a
Careful
spin
now.
on it.
Still
Put some
there.
like extra cayenne pepper in there or something. Like spicy. Anyway, so
Need you to stay on the
fiance
bottom
and
right
I,
here. Careful
you know
now.
my
Still there.
fiance. P. Diddy knows my fiance.
Stay on the
Um,
bottom here for me. Careful.
we've been
Still
cooking a
there.
lot more since this shutdown because
Car
there's
there is on
nothing
the
else to
outside.
do.
Outside.
So we've been cooking a lot,
Hard on
cooking
the
dinners.
outside.
We did
outside.
a meatloaf today. We put onions and orange and red peppers in the meatloaf. And instead of putting the glaze on top, you know how they do like the brown sugar ketchup glaze? We actually mix that in. It adds about 20 to 25 minutes
Stay on the bottom here for me.
extra
Inside there, driver.
to
Hold
cook
this
the
line
thing.
here.
But if you throw like the ketchup, brown sugar, like glaze mix in
Careful. Still
there,
there.
mix it all up, instead of just having that flavor on top, and then it kind of being just kind of meaty with a little bit of pepper and onion flavor in the
Careful.
middle,
Still there.
it's got
Car
that
on the outside now.
sweet
outside.
but tart flavor all throughout. And it's very subtle. It's noticeable but subtle. It was actually really good.
Still there.
And so we were proud of ourselves for that one. And then we did
Still there.
yesterday. We did a sweet, spicy, sticky chicken. And so
Stay
Well,
low. Stay low. Hang tight there, driver. Hold this line
if
here.
anybody wants recipes for anything,
All right, careful now.
let me
Still
know.
there.
I can like tweet them to you or something. P. Diddy, I can actually hand like a
Still there.
physical paper copy to him. But anyway,
Stay on the bottom here for me. Careful. Still there. Bottom lane's clear.
But,
Use it if you need it.
nah, that's kind of the tradition here. Almost every episode. It's been one of those episodes, a couple episodes where I've been repetitive and eaten basically the same thing. And so then I don't really care to share what I eat because it's boring. If you notice in the episodes, I eat a lot of takeout, or I have been eating a lot of takeout, and I
clear.
think we just got bored of that, so we started making our own food. Like we probably should, like responsible adults saving money, but yeah, we started cooking. It's fun, man. I forget how much fun I had while I was cooking back in high school for home ec class. We actually had to cook for home ec. Yeah. Yeah, so P.
Now,
Diddy and I
outside.
just ran straight into the apron.
Got one outside now.
I might pull my pit strategy here and pit in like a lap or two.
Outside now.
P. Diddy and I are huge card collectors. I actually just got some football cards, so I have a Saquon Barkley card. But he and I buy and sell cards locally. I'm going to stress locally because I did earlier in the year have somebody from like freaking Kansas or something. It was like Kansas or Kentucky. I can't remember right off the top of my head. But they asked if I was going to be willing to buy cards from them, and I was like, no, because it's been so long. But I have cards. He and I have cards. I've started getting football in stock, like I said. But we're big into buying, selling, swapping. You know, whatever you want to do with it. I have over 8,000 basketball cards alone. I've got probably 500 to 1,000 football cards, probably about 1,000 baseball cards. I don't know what P. Diddy's stat line is with that, but we'll see. He's yeah, we might actually have to, and we'll actually chill, play some games. He's big on the show, MLB The Show, and unfortunately, because I play Xbox, we don't have it until next year. Next year, it's going to come out for the Xbox, so I might have to jump on that. If I get the Xbox, I might get the PS5, and it's not for, I'm not betraying the Xbox, but I'm looking at racing competitively with a group of guys and doing that, it's a money pool, and I'm looking at racing for money. So, and I'm pitting actually this lap. I'm definitely pitting this lap. So I'm looking to kind of do that. And everybody else, most people that have it, race PS5 or PS4. So next year, to be in the league, I'm going to have to get either the PS5 or everybody else is going to have to get the Xbox One. The one thing I like better about the Xbox One is the bigger controllers. I like something that fills my hands a little bit bigger and doesn't make me feel like I'm squeezing the head of a small child.
Back it down, back it down. Black flag is in the air. It's for us.
We got black flagged. Holy crap. That's stupid. We're going to have to do a drive-through. Good God, that may have just ruined the race. Ah, great. Black flagged. Oh, stop it, P. Diddy. I'm not repeating that on stream. Oh, no. Not about that life. A lot of concerts are getting canceled, man. Oh, actually, I have to say, I said black flagged. Actually, I think we have to have a 30-second wait. I don't think it's a full, and here come the leaders again. Jeez Louise. We're going to have a lot of space to make up in a short amount of time.
Down. Come on, let's go.
Crap, what are we looking at here?
Got one outside now.
Made it out in 37th, and we're getting lapped. So we're going to have a lot of... Well, I have a pop filter on my microphone. Sometimes it doesn't pick up certain stuff, P. Diddy. Jeez Louise, man. It's all good, it's all good. I know we plan here. This might help, though. Did we go for fuel? We should have gone for fuel. Yeah, we went for fuel. Anyway, but big card buyers, sellers, all that kind of stuff. And so now I need to catch up to these guys before we get towards their pit lap. Because if we don't and they have fresh tires, we're not going to finish very well. And it's not going to be very pretty. We've kind of gone on a wind stall ever since we won that race in Texas. I think it was Texas. But ever since then, we haven't won one. We won Talladega, we won Daytona, and we won Texas. I think. P. Diddy says he'll buy from anywhere, but you have to have proof. And Proof that you're legit, and you have to be legit. I got a couple of Instagram pages I should show you. If you have Instagram, I don't remember if you do or not. I probably follow you if I do. I just haven't been on in a while. But I got a couple of good pages that are selling like the high dollar cards, like Ronald Acuna, Dansby Swanson signed rookie cards, stuff like that. Because I know you're a Braves fan. He's got some John Morant like signed rookie cards that he's selling for like $85 a piece, and it's just like I don't want to put the money into that. You know, I'd rather go to a Grizzlies game and get him to sign it. Exactly. So like he's got like a signed Ronald Acuna like rookie card. I think he's going for like $135. He usually does stuff around that range.
Careful, still there.
Crap! If I cause a caution, they're gonna be.
Still there.
Oh, that might do it. Shoot, shoot, shoot. Yeah, a lot of guys are sitting. That's the problem with the guy at the mall. Like, I went to the mall, and there's this guy that comes around every once in a while who brings a bunch of, like, collectible cards and stuff. Yeah. So,
still there.
The games I'm supposed to go to in Atlanta.
Car ahead of you is pitting.
Car ahead of me is pitting. Ah, crap. We're going to fly up the track here. We're going to...
Car high. Careful now. Easy.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Crap. No caution for that, huh? Well, we're really going to have trouble getting around everybody now. We've hurt the front of our car, and it's actually visible. And I really can't afford to go in for repairs. Yeah, I'd rather go to the stadium and get it signed myself. Like, I know you have that Dansby Swanson jersey hanging above your bed frame, I think it is. See, everybody's driving so much slower right now, and I don't know why. I think they're pacing themselves. Now is where I'm going to be driving balls to the freaking wall. Because I need to try to catch up to these guys up here, and I don't know if I will. So the Atlanta games I'm supposed to go to are Legend Weekend. Hank Aaron's going to be there. So, like, the Thursday night that we get there, first 15,000 fans get free Hank Aaron jerseys. And since he's there all weekend, I'm going to try to get him to sign my jersey. If I get him to sign my jersey, it's a $1,500 jersey right then and there. Which is awesome. I don't think we're going to play so good this race, guys.
Still there.
We're kind of strung out now.
Top lane's free here.
Yeah, I know, right? He said good luck getting to him. Yeah, definitely. We'll have to get lucky and like maybe catch him on the way out or something like that. And like I said, he should be there all weekend. So I'm thinking we should have all weekend. And we'll use it's a bachelor party. I bet you we can use the bachelor party as an excuse. We can be like, hey, yo, this guy's getting married. Can we all get our jerseys signed so we can all match? Be like, that'll be the one thing we can do at the bachelor party during the weekend is have those jerseys to match. Dang, we were gonna get a bunch of like hats and jerseys and stuff. We were gonna go all out. Yeah, I know. So we're starting to climb spots. I'm hoping we can close the gap a little bit. Gaughan's in third. He's had a couple of these races where he's kind of scared me late in the race and been up there, but I've realized he never really pits smart. So I think he's pitting right there. No, he's not.
Need you to stay up high here. Stay up high. Hang tight there, driver. Hold this line here.
Slide underneath him here. What I don't want to get caught in is another wreck. Ryan Newman is going to end up being a DNL, or did not finish a DNF. He's 29 laps down.
Still there.
kind of
Down the
bumping him. I
monitor,
want to see if I can get him to hit the
Careful,
wall,
still there.
cause a caution, so I can get back on lead lap. I've
All
got to
right,
be
you're
the
clear.
lucky dog. These slower cars out front here. Danica Patrick. Watch
Stay
out,
high,
Menard.
stay high.
Watch out, bro.
Careful, still there. Outside, outside. Careful, still there. All right, now you're clear.
Oh! Way to fly outside. I don't know what's going to happen here. Because the leader is still up a lap, and I think they've all pitted at this point. Well, this might be stupid, but I'm going to have to do something. He saved it. Are you kidding?
Got a car high now.
He managed to save that. That's so stupid. I've just got to get back on lead lap, and it's one of those things where we're far enough in the season, we can't let Kyle Busch win anymore. Even though I think that's the lead pack up there, I'm the only guy that's a lap down besides Ryan Newman and the guy behind him. So I know we can get the lucky dog. People are going to pit, but...
Careful, still there.
Yep, there
Bottom
it goes.
lane's clear. Use it if
Goodbye.
you need
We
it.
may have just ended Menard's night. Shoot, I really didn't want to do that, but we're back up on lead lap. Blaney's a lap down. Oh, Menard is behind us, and
Drive
his
safe
car
and be
looks
smart.
like
Keep your
trash.
head on straight.
I'll show you here in
Ready?
just a second.
Ready?
You haven't slept since
Outside,
Friday.
outside.
What are you doing? What do you mean by slept? Are we talking like these little like 3-hour naps here and there? Or are we talking like
Clear all around.
you've
Clear
straight
all
up
around.
been up for like 5 days straight?
Stay low. Still there.
Didn't sleep last night at all. So you sleep like a little bit here and there, I guess.
Still there.
So we're actually up in 16th right now, instead of like 36th. And that's why you
Tight,
wreck
driver.
people.
Follow this line here.
He went flying though. I
Car
felt bad for
outside. Hold your line
Menard.
here.
He
Hold the
went
wheel.
flying. He's definitely not going to finish where he probably was on track too.
Careful. Still there.
11 on Saturday morning. Haven't been asleep since. I mean, I don't blame you.
Got a car up top.
As long as you get
Up
back
top.
on. Like
Got a
me,
car high
I've
now.
kind of been up since till like 2, 3 in the morning most nights. But
Careful. Still there. Inside. 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 Inside.
all right, Gone. I'm about had it with you, bro. You're there. You are on my outside. I know you are. You're about to get your night ended, bro.
Still there.
You're about to get your night ended. He's starting to really piss me off. He's just been there and then not there, and then he flies in like a freaking maniac.
Need you to stay up high here. Stay up high. Still
Nope.
there.
That's it. I'm getting under Gone. I've noticed that I tolerate a lot less now playing NASCAR. It's more of
20
a
laps to go.
courteous driving, and it just hasn't worked that way. And I get pissed off at bad drivers. Same in the game. So we're gonna show Gone what happens when you do that. We're gonna show him what happens. We're gonna get a little bit by him here,
All right, careful now. Still there.
and then we're just gonna turn right into him.
Still there. Got a car up top. He's up top. Got a
Didn't
car
work. He's
high
holding
now.
his lane really well. But that should have sent a message
tight there, driver.
letting him
Hold
know
this
what's
line here.
probably going to happen eventually. We've got to get up to that lead pack.
Stay low. Still there.
Yeah, I have to have at least a top 10 finish here, I think.
Still there. All right, clear outside.
right, we're catching Gone. I really almost don't care about anybody else right now. Just some of these drivers are just boneheaded, and they need to get moved to the back of the pack. ASA freaking P.
Still there. Inside.
And he's still not. In fact, I'm putting my own car in jeopardy right now. All 30 MLB team hats, yes. So nobody really knows where we work, and I'm not going to disclose that. That's for our LP representatives to dig around and find out where I work at. Anyway, I am on YouTube. Excuse me, be gone. People are starting to block a lot more. I'm gonna give Almendinger a bump. Boop. But you want to collect all 30 MLB team hats, like props for that. My fiance wouldn't let me. I'm gonna start doing NASCAR diecast though. I think I've mentioned that before, but I do know the name. I have never disclosed it on, because I work with you, but I've never disclosed it on stream and disclosed it on YouTube because I'd rather not. I don't need people knowing where I work.
Driver, hold this line here.
Yeah, I know you messing. This is all going on YouTube, by the way. This is a giant stream for YouTube. I just figured, like I said, it's been so slow, I don't mind racing an entire race. My hands are starting to cramp up, though. I'm on the triggers for so long. This is why I need, like, I need a steering wheel. Yeah, I think I did. Told you about the NASCAR stuff the day we closed.
Careful, still there.
Gone is just being a nuisance at this point. These people are really now racing me like balls to the wall right now.
All right, careful now, still there.
Yep, that's right. I showed them to you when you brought the keys in. Bro, that was like a 7-hour, 8-hour shift from hell, too. Like, nobody was there. Everybody was closed by 4 o'clock, and we were the only store open. We closed at 7. And we haven't heard anything about opening. Yeah, the kids. There were a bunch of kids running around. But we haven't heard anything about opening since. It's been close to a week, I think. Like, what, 5 days? Guys, we may have messed up our car getting into that. Wednesday of last week, so it's been like 5 days. But this is my first vacation, like, type of period.
Careful,
in terms of like
there.
a week in like the 2 years that I've worked for us.
Careful,
I haven't had any
there.
like extended time off like that. It's been like usually like the longest I've had was like 4 days, but that's because boss man out of town. And I was there for like 9 days straight after
Clear
that.
all around.
Yeah. That's because they cut the double coverage. Like, it's a lot harder to get hours around. And then before your next shift, I think you were supposed to have like a shift the next day or something. And they closed. We're climbing.
Hold this line here.
We're climbing spots here. Friday. Yeah, it was supposed to be like 2 days after.
Need you to stay on the bottom right here. Careful, still there.
But
still there.
It's been crazy. I haven't been doing much of anything. I mean, you can look at my YouTube channel and tell that that's about what I've been doing for the most part.
All clear, all clear.
I ended up like going out of town like the first day off too. I ended up traveling. It was one of my buddies was back from college and is supposed to be going to Africa at some point in the next couple months, and so Kyle Busch might be about to blow a tire. He did the same thing before he blew a tire in Auto Club, or was it New Hampshire? One of the two. I don't freaking know anymore. Am I smoking? No, I'm not smoking. I'm smoking hot. Everybody know that. Just kidding. I'm kind of fugly.
Stay on the bottom here for me. Still there. Stay low.
People are racing a lot
Careful
harder now. It's a lot easier to tell.
Clear high. Clear high.
Quarantine name is the last thing I ate and the high school mascot. So that would be
Still
Meatloaf
there.
Conquerors. So yours, you went to
Hang tight there, driver.
you went to
Hold this line
HV,
here.
I think, right? Or was it LB?
All right, now you're clear. That car there is on your inside. He's inside.
Suarez is going to end up spinning. We're going around
Car
again.
Up top. He's up top. Got a car high now.
Spaghetti calves, yeah, it was LB. So my fiance's would have been
Throw that here.
Meatloaf
Good day.
Titans.
All right, be ready.
Did you hear that? Your quarantine name is the last thing you ate plus your high school mascot.
Inside.
So mine's the Meatloaf Conquerors, P. Diddy's is the Spaghetti Calves, and yours is the Meatloaf Titans. Meatloaf Titans, like if you're going like food themed,
Hold me a good wheel here.
isn't a bad
Clear to your
name. That's
left.
kind of cool.
Clear all around.
Yeah, HB.
Got one
Definitely.
outside now.
I wanted to go, like if I had to pick one of the two, I would have wanted to go, if I had stopped
Still there.
homeschooling and planned for Southwest, like the homeschool association in our city, I would have wanted to go to SC, or CS rather than
Careful. Still
HB.
there.
I knew less people there. But I continued homeschooling, and the last 2 years weren't super fun. I checked out. To me, for very valid reason. To other people, probably stupidity. But whatever. They're entitled to their own thoughts. I'm low-key starting to block now because we're under 10 laps to go. And I'm trying to catch up to this lead pack, but we might not be able to. There's a few couple mistakes at the back end of the race. They're kind of brutal. By the way, we've officially been streaming for 2 hours. So if you were here at the beginning, you've stuck with us for 124 minutes. With 6 laps to go, can we close the gap and get a top 5 at least? We are barely in the top 10 here. Guys are racing a lot harder, it's easy to tell, and because they pitted a couple laps after myself, they have fresher tires. But I know how to use a draft lane. Did you play baseball for LB? No. Okay. Rec. Yeah, sometimes the rec teams are better than the school teams, though, like low key.
5 to go. You got this.
Plus, all of the high schools who had the good baseball teams were the ones who could actually offer they were like the private schools that could offer scholarships and stuff. Go to like high school for like $5,000 a year. 10 grand a year.
Still there.
All right, we're kind of flying now. In here with Ty
Hard on
Dillon,
the outside.
or Austin Dillon.
He's outside.
I get it mixed up. I haven't seen Ty Dillon all the way back there, I think. We should probably get a top 10 here, I think.
All right, careful now. Still there.
You know, if it were the beginning of the race, I would have edged off and given Kurt Busch that lane, but I'm not going to. Or gonna make it hard for him.
Careful, still there.
So I got Kurt Busch to move. Cool. These other guys are going to stick to the bottom lane because that's the fast lane, especially at the end of the race. Kurt Busch is going to get hung out to dry here.
Right there, driver. Hold this line here.
Oh, Dylan is going to the outside. We're cutting to the inside here. We're now drafting
Still
off
there?
Casey Kane is up there. We're going to take Austin Dillon's spot right here.
Hang tight there, driver. Hold this line here.
Now let's go, and I think Martin Truex Jr. is up here as well. He's going to get hung out.
All clear, all clear.
Bumping Suarez off of his spot. We're going aggressive here.
A couple more turns.
Two to go.
Two to go. Stay on the bottom here for me. All right, careful now. Still there. Hang tight there, driver. Hold this line here.
I
You're all
can't
clear up
see
top.
who's out front. And I'm sorry if I'm not talking enough. I'm in uber concentrate mode at the moment. We're going to fly by Casey Kane here.
All right, careful now. Still there.
Yeah, Bossman hasn't been
Still
playing
there.
much of anything right now. I think he's been spending time with his fiance.
Hang tight there,
Yeah,
driver. Hold this line
no. He probably won't be doing anything until she has to go back
here. White
to
flag.
work,
Bring it home.
which
Clear
is out of
high.
state for
Clear
her.
high.
But he might come on. I actually was gonna try to invite everyone for dinner at some point. Yeah, we'll definitely have to like look through cards this week since like we're both off at this point. This is the best time to do it.
Still there.
We are now in 5th. I think we have 1 lap left.
Still there.
We can take a stab at top 3, I think. No, we're in 6th still. We might not beat Truex out for this.
Need you to stay on the bottom.
6th
right here.
place.
Still there.
Full race at Daytona.
Nice job.
Oh, man. I'm so sore right now. All right, speed rating of 97. Not too shabby, especially for first person the entire way. We did have a couple of hiccups. And starting from 24th, that ain't bad at all. But, wow, Austin Dillon was involved in multiple crashes. Surprised he didn't get a DNF. But let's see, it might actually show the one I caused where I sent Menard to the moon. Yeah, I led a couple of laps. I got 2nd right here. I couldn't beat out Busch. So Kyle ended up getting playoff points, which sucks. And we'll see who actually won the race. I'll have to text you. I gotta convene with the missus. And so, anyway, we'll get going here. Here's the standings. Harvick won this one. Okay, so that's 2 wins for Harvick. I think my headset gave out for a minute there. Okay, 2 wins on the season for Harvick. Let's get into the race statistics here. So I got 1 playoff point there, I think. Just 1. 1 itty bitty little one. And now Harvick's up into 3rd. But I think that was Newman who just went airborne in the background. Here's the one I caused where I sent him to the moon. Just watch him just fly. Whoop! And he hit the wall really hard. Yeah. Ain't no way he was coming back from that one. All right, here comes the stat line for tonight. Ourselves, we had the fastest lap. That's a surprise with a 45.994. That's never happened at Daytona. Ricky Stenhouse Jr., 27 laps, most laps led. Would have been nice to see him take home a W. Harvick on the move, started dead last for an engine change earlier in the race, finished 1st for the W. And Ryan Newman started 17th, finished 38th. He's our tough break driver for tonight. This has been 2 hours and 10 minutes for this episode. This might not even be able to go up on YouTube. We're going to finish the event, send it to the garage. We're going to go over the playoff standings because they've changed a little bit. Up next, we're at Kentucky, where the only thing more important than racing is college basketball. Anyway, let's take a look at the standings as I yawn. It's almost time to go to bed. Just kidding. I'll be up until 4 in the morning again. I just got a glare from my fiance. I will not be up until 4 in the morning. All right, Kyle Busch, yours truly behind the number 2 of Brad Keselowski. We got Kevin Harvick, who's moved up into 3rd. Kurt Busch in 4th. Martin Truex Jr., Joey Logano, Denny Hamlin, Kyle Larson, Clint Boyer, Ryan Blaney, Eric Almirola. Jimmy Johnson still struggling down there in 12th. Chase Elliott, Eric Jones, Paul Menard, and Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Busch has been killer. He's doubled my playoff points because I can't get more than 3 wins in a season. Alrighty, taking a look at the needs win column. This pretty much means they need a win to get into the playoffs. Otherwise, they're not going to make the playoffs. You got Austin Dillon, William Byron, Trevor Bayne, Ryan Newman, and Michael McDowell. The needs points where they can still make it without a win. Daniel Suarez is the closest behind 21 points. David Reagan, Casey Kane, Alex Bowman, and A. Oh, it's back. Okay, cut out again. I don't know what it's doing that for. A.J. Allmendinger was last for the needs points. If I had to pick somebody to root for in either category, I'd probably pull for Trevor Bayne in the needs wins and Alex Bowman in the needs points. Anyway, there you guys have it. A full 100% Daytona 500. We're going to go down here and switch everything back to the way we had it because I don't want to forget and run into another race. Up next, we got the Quaker State 400. I think we're going to return to the good old, where is it? We're going to return to the Discount Tire, the Pennzoil and Discount Tire. Anyway, there you have it. That's what we're dealing with right now. And we will see you guys in the next race. It's time to go get a beer. We'll see you next time.